in the morning, heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say. I'm ready to roll, baby.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! Here we go, 302BIRDS, Steaks. Go Birds!
Go Birds.
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 302BIRDS podcast. Dalton Holland and KJ McCoy here to break down for you guys the latest and greatest in Philly sports. As you guys know, we got a ton going on this week between the Vrabel and Rossini stuff. Mike missing Ellie today with some crazy allegations about him. There's just a lot of different things swirling around in the Philly sports world. So if you guys want to call into the show, what we got on tap tonight, topic-wise, is we got Crawdog. We're talking about a Diamondbacks Phillies preview. We'll talk about a potential draft prospect. I got to figure out how to pronounce his name first. But he's a stud from Arizona State that the Eagles will probably look to select with their first-round draft pick, at least according to 302 draft analyst. Shout out to Benny Pinella with that pick, so that's why I want to talk about it. And then last but not least, KJ and I are going to do something that we said we would do for you guys last week, where we break down all the uniforms in Philly sports history and we rank them, because there's some good ones, there's some bad ones, but tonight we're only focused on the 5 worst uniforms in Philly sports. So if you guys want to call into the show, be a part of the show, you can call in at any time. Now is your opportunity. That number is 302-316-4848. But I'll go ahead and kick it to KJ while we're waiting for a call in. I mean, this kid, Justin Crawford, he is special, and I know you're a big fan of him. You talked about potentially getting his jersey. What are your thoughts on Crawdog?
Yeah, he's great. Great kid. Comes from a great story, as I've talked about before. I mean, to be honest with you, though, I really kind of put the whole Justin Crawford thing aside because this team has literally lost 2 in a row, and they've been shut out twice in a row. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, the kid's great, but I mean, you cannot like make it any bit like you can't make it a distraction, because the elephant in the room right now is what this team is doing on the field. So that's honestly where my mind is at right now. Not too much about Crawford, as much as I do like the kid. I do believe in his future, but I gotta be honest. Like I'm really like infuriated with this team and how they looked against this Giants team that's not that good.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, they look like ass. You can't get shut out. 18 innings, and you didn't put up a single run between 2 games. I mean, that's disgraceful. So I know the guys on the Phillies post-game show, shout out to Jesse, shout out to Fratty. They did a great job breaking all that down. But Crawdog, I'll just say a couple pieces about him real quick. Like KJ said, he has a really cool story with his dad being in the MLB too. But make no mind, sometimes when you see like one player or somebody go into like a family business, like, there are people that just are kind of handed stuff, and then there are people that work for it. And you can tell, like Justin Crawford, like that That dude has worked for this. You know, he ain't no like nepotism. There ain't nothing wrong there. Everything he has, he's earned. Now, I do think his dad has definitely played a massive part in him getting to where he is. Like his dad's experience. I mean, like, but there are no connections in the MLB. Like we've seen it before, Ruben Moore Jr., where dad can be great in the MLB, but it don't matter if you can't play baseball. It's not going to matter. So I really like Justin Crawford. I think that he's a hard worker. I think he's a very respectful young man. I think he's got a great attitude, an attitude that's almost refreshing for this Phillies team. And I really like the way that he approaches the game, where he's not afraid to play small ball. You know, every guy on that Phillies team wants to be the hero to an extent. And you're only human if you want to be the hero. I don't want to knock that, right? Like, that's part of the sport. But at the same time, you also got to be smart, too. Like, that's where this Phillies team has kind of lacked the past couple of years, especially playoffs. Not smart when we get to the playoffs, and everybody's trying to be the hero, and then we become strikeout city, and it's just an embarrassing first-round exit. So hopefully, knock on wood, and I understand that Phillies fans probably won't agree with this until we get to October, even want to cross that bridge until we get to October, and I understand and respect why, but hopefully Justin Crawford is going to be that difference maker this year for the fighting Phillies. Before we get into our next point real quick, I just want to thank Nick's Pizza for sponsoring the Phillies segment. Time for Phillies talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch. Now, obviously, no ballpark, but anything else you feel about Crawford maybe being a difference maker this October, or you just wait until we get there?
Just wait until we get there. I mean, that's what I feel like with the whole October talk. I don't know if it's even impossible. I mean, I know people get pissed, but I mean, it's just like, if you're going to lose games like this, how is that even a possibility? So it's too early to even freaking like think about October. I mean, there's a lot of baseball still to go. So I think definitely jumping the gun is not necessary, but some people can do what they want to do. So
yeah, we'll find out. But so far, promising things from Justin Crawford. Hopefully that continues throughout the season. I'll kick this one to KJ first because I know he knows obviously more about baseball than me. But the one thing I do know, the Diamondbacks have been this team's kryptonite the past couple of years. Are you nervous for this series, especially now that the way this past one just went?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, you see how this team's struggling right now. I do feel like them being back home, I mean, they have been back home before against this team, and they haven't had the best luck. I do feel like that Diamondbacks team has changed, though, over the years. So I do think they're going to have some better luck. I do think coming back home will kind of refresh them. And they definitely, I think they're going to have a better series. I don't think they're going to really have that bad of a series that like they had with the Giants. I feel like definitely I mean, you had the first game, but then the next two games you just plummeted and you just fell to the ground. So that's what they definitely did that. So I think definitely if they can get it going at first and then keep it going, I mean, they should have a good series against the Diamondbacks team. So, but yeah, they're a younger team. I haven't seen too much on them, to be honest. So this is like my first time ever seeing any, I mean, not ever, but first time seeing them this season of any sort. I mean, the first time they'll ever see them too.
Yeah, and the one thing I will say is it's nice that they get to come home for this series, right? Like they'll be playing in Philadelphia. That's the one asset, I guess you could say, for this series. Because if they were away and they had to go play this Diamondbacks team, yeah, like it's toast. It's game over. But I'm excited for it. I mean, I think that it's a good opportunity too for the Phillies to bounce back. I'm nervous. I'm definitely nervous. I'm not going to discount that. I'm certainly nervous after the way this series just went. For Christ's sake, for two of the games, we could have not even showed up offensively, and it would have been the same result. But I do think that this is a good potential for a tune-up series, right? Like, we need to be able to have these tests where we can kind of bounce back from them and be like, all right, you know what? We just got, like Rocky says, right? Like, it ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep like what can you do now that you're knocked down? Can you get up? Can you look at the face in adversity and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to grow from this. I'm going to be better. And hopefully that's the case with the Phillies. But unfortunately, and shout out to Jaden, our producer. I mean, this kid had me cracking up tonight. Unfortunately, when Rob Thompson is the man who couldn't cook, this is gold right here. For those on Spotify who can't see it, just go look at our Instagram. It says when Rob Thompson is making lineup decisions, it's just not pretty. So you don't have that going to bat for you either. But I feel like the one positive is that this series is in Philadelphia. It's going to be during a weekend. Phillies fans are going to be drinking. It's going to be probably good weather. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I can guarantee you that. Now the Phillies just have to do their job and show up. So hopefully they can. I'll go into it with positive vibes though, because, hopefully that rubs off on the team, but we'll see. We'll see. Moving along now to our draft prospect. And like I mentioned, if anybody wants to call into the show, that number is open right now. That number is 302-316-4848. That's 302-316-4848. But looking at a potential draft prospect for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I'm going to butcher this guy's name, so I'm going to try my absolute best to say it. Max Ahiena Acre? No, that's definitely not right. The point is, this dude is a stud from Arizona State. And the Eagles, Arizona State. But the Eagles could use an offensive tackle bad. And I feel like Lane Johnson, we got to start thinking about, okay, when is he going to be done? When is his, tenure going to be over with the Eagles? And I feel like, in my opinion, that this guy is we need to go offensive line this first round. They need to nail this pick too, because this needs to be like a Lane Johnson pick in 2013 that the Eagles had, where this is a franchise cornerstone draft pick. Let me repeat that. Cornerstone franchise draft pick. So they need to nail this pick, and it can't be like an Andre Dillard. I don't want a flex guy. I want a cornerstone piece. So I would really like if the Eagles look to bring in this offensive tackle from Arizona, Max Ahieneker. I don't know. Maybe that was better that time. But we got Jesse Sharon from the Phillies Sports Pulse and Phillies post-game show on the show. How you doing, Jess?
We doing good. Good pronunciation of that name. It's
was I close?
Good job there. Yeah, close enough.
A for effort. We'll say that
close
then.
Enough. But you're spot on about it. The offensive line, we need it, especially at the Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson. I hate it, but I can totally see him pulling an Andrew Luck. Honestly, I know he's young, but the injuries have killed him over the last couple of years. And I can see him pulling an early retirement. So an offensive lineman is certainly needed.
Yeah. I think, look, Lane's probably got a year left, maybe 2, if we're lucky. But they really, really, really got to start looking at what's going to be that next piece. And look, if you're going out to win the Super Bowl this year, right? Or that's the goal. And we know that history, plays in the Eagles' favor with every 2 years when they get bounced out first round, that hopefully they can do something the following year and at least be in it. I think having this kid, letting this kid go to a Super Bowl his rookie year too, is some of the best experience you can do for any player. Like, you get 3 or 4 playoff games immediately under your belt and Super Bowl experience. So I really like the kid. I'd bring him in. I think he kind of reminds me a lot. Even though he would probably be looking to play on the right side this year, because we know Lane isn't going to play the whole year. He reminds me a lot of Jason Peters, with just that athletic, agile, but can move, he can be a pass protector and run blocker. He's a stud all around. And I really think that he would just be a great pick for the Eagles. And like I said, they got to start to look at offensive line, because if they don't, they're going to be sitting here with Saquon Barkley paying him and nobody to block for him. But KJ, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think this team does need an offensive lineman. Sorry about technical difficulties. My computer decided to be really stupid today, so gotta switch to the phone. But yeah, everything. I think definitely this team does need an offensive lineman. I think they definitely need to
really focus on that position. If it's not in the first round, then go after in the second round. But I definitely think that this guy could be somebody for this team to definitely have as a prospect. I still am really high on the guy from Penn State, Ione. I think he's going to be really good. Even as a Penn State fan, I'm not being biased. I think he's going to be a good offensive lineman. So I think definitely. I mean, I know we don't have Stoutland. We don't have that pedigree that Stoutland had that he brought to the table. But I think adding more offensive linemen like to this O line tree, I guess you can say. I think at least somebody's going to blossom. So I think a guy like this could be an outlier in the draft.
Well said. Yeah, I agree. I think like blossom is that word. Because that's the thing that happened with Dillard. Dillard never blossomed for the Eagles. But you look at Lane, right? And both were drafted, I'm pretty sure, within the same, area. I think around pick 15 to pick 25. Within those 10 picks, maybe give or take. I think Lane might have been like pick 23 or something. They had pick 23 this year, I believe. So they need to make sure, like I said earlier, franchise cornerstone. Somebody that can block for maybe not even just Jalen Hurts, but the next era of Eagles QB, whoever comes in here next. Because look at how many QBs Lane Johnson had been through for the Eagles, right? Like just off the top of the dome. I think he played with Mike Vick, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe first season, maybe not. Definitely Nick Foles. Definitely, I want to say at least Mark Sanchez, Sam Bradford, Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts, and then all the other backups that I'm forgetting too. So you look at what Lane's done, right? Like Lane has had multiple play callers throughout his whole career. So I feel like having a guy that they can say, okay, this guy is a proven talent. We know what we're getting with him is only going to be a good thing. Because the only other thing I'll say about this too, we don't have Jeff Stoutland anymore. So this pick becomes even more important that you nail it because you're not going to have his guidance that we've had for years. And I don't want to discount that. I hope that the Eagles aren't discounting that because, you can't knock Jeff Stoutland. He clearly knew what he was doing in this offensive line room. He's not here anymore. So who else is going to be that guy to step up? I mean, maybe that new guy is, but until I see it, I got my doubts. So they really, really need to nail this pick, and hopefully they do. And just to say about the NFL draft, if you guys don't know, KJ and I will be going live. So unfortunately, we got the news this week. And on behalf of me and KJ, I do want to give a thank you to Joe Donahue from Bird's Nest Media. I know KJ feels the same way. We both talked about it for helping us submit our application to the NFL draft. I'm really proud of KJ. I'm really proud of Joe. I'm really proud of myself that we at least tried and we submitted the application. Unfortunately, this year we didn't get selected, but it's all good because we're still having fun anyway, baby. That's the beauty in 302 Birds. Can take the man out of the draft, cannot take the draft out of the man. So what we're doing is we're going to be going live from Chaos Chris's house with the draft show, with the draft desk. It'll be just like last year. And if you guys are new here and you didn't know, this is actually one of my favorite nights in 302 Birds history was the draft last year. KJ and I, no exaggeration, and Jack too. Shout out to Jack Dordan from Weekends Last Beer. We were live for like 3-4 hours last year during the NFL draft. And through all of our connections, all three of us, we found a fan almost for every team, not every team, but as many as we could. And then see the Patriots would draft. Deb, the sports guy, would call in and talk about the Patriots then and what he thought about the pick. We talk about it for 10 minutes, move on to the next pick. And it was really cool night. So I'm really looking forward to that. If you guys haven't, mark your calendar. It's literally on draft night. So instead of watching, or I should say this, turn on the NFL draft on your TV. Turn it all the way down. Turn 302 Birds on YouTube on your phone or on your iPad or on your speaker. Turn it up and watch the draft with us. You'll be able to call in to the live phone number that Jesse's on right now. It's going to be a whole experience. So definitely check it out. If you guys haven't, you won't be disappointed. The draft show is a ton of fun. I don't know if you have anything you want to say going off of that, KJ, about the draft show, but it should be a fun night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, going to be fun. Jesse, anything else you want to say, my guy? Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, no problem. Well, as long as I'm not holding you guys up.
No, you're.
Are we at a good pace for our next
segment, the worst Philadelphia unis.
Oh,
there
why don't
yet?
you give us ours first as our guest? I would love if you take it first if you want. If you have yours ready, that is.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's actually right there in our lower thirds. It's not that maroon jersey that Bryce Harper is wearing. I feel like that being included is a joke, and whoever created that idea in their head, get the hell out of here, you're fired. That's one of the
Yeah,
best.
I like the maroon jersey.
But
too.
that
Me too.
blue and yellow Eagles jersey, that is the worst uniform, not just in Philadelphia sports history, but all time. It's so bad. The era that they played in, they were horrible, and I associated the uniform a lot with the era that they played in. And this team, they were horrible in the time that they played in them. And the uniform it just gave off loser energy. And I know the Phillies tried to do the same thing with the City Connect. That's just as bad.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I have an interesting list, and I think that a lot of people are going to like this. I think some people might not, some people might, but whatever. I'm going to go for it. All right. This is my top 5 worst uniforms in Philly sports history. Number 5. I know that these uniforms were for a great cause, but every time I see them, it just throws me off with my OCD. One of my biggest pet peeves, just to preface this, I hate when teams use colors that aren't their colors, even if it's for a good cause. The only exception I make is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, pink. Pink, I think, is cool. The Flyers did something, I forget what, I think it honestly benefited cancer. So it was for a great cause. I'm not going to knock it. It's just the purple Flyers jerseys do not do it for me. Look way too off. Maybe I'm a traditionalist, but I want to see the Flyers in orange and black. Those purple Flyers jerseys remind me way too much of anime. Something Matt Bear would be wearing. I'm out. Not for it. Yeah.
Well, they were. Let me interrupt quickly.
Yeah.
They were never a jersey that they played with. Those were just like they wore those in warm-ups.
Okay, good.
They
That
they
is
never
better. I
played
didn't know
with them.
that.
Thank God they did not play with them. I'm pretty sure they did not. That would have. I probably would have burned my eyes and probably been blind by now if I saw that on the freaking rink. So I know for a fact that wasn't actually reality. So they just had those in warm-ups. But I think you know what, that can still count though.
Yeah, if they wore them on the ice, we'll count it. You know what? But yeah, that's good. At least they didn't play the whole 60-minute 3 period, go in and out of the locker room, look at themselves in the mirror and decide, yeah, we should keep wearing this. Because I'd honestly throw something off in period 2. But number 4, I think KJ will actually agree with this. I think KJ is going to be happy with this ball knowledge answer. The sleeved Sixers jerseys. How about that ball knowledge pick right there? I was not a fan. If you guys remember when the NBA pushed for like sleeved jerseys, I feel like it was like maybe 2016, 2017. It was around there. It just feels like Nike Dry Fit, middle school, the socks, the Nike Elites. I don't like the sleeve Sixers jersey. The one that looks like a t-shirt that they wore. I think it honestly might have even been during the COVID bubble or around then, but those are horrible in my opinion. Number 3.
Had those.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think they ever wore them. Actually,
I thought that there was a sleeved Sixers jersey.
They never. No, because they only did. We never played on Christmas Day when the sleeve jerseys were going on. That's the only time that sleeve jerseys were going on. To be honest with you, the only team that really kept it around too was at the Cleveland Cavaliers for some reason. I don't know why, but they kept those around. But really, the Bulls were teams like that. The Warriors had them on. That's because they were on Christmas days and everything like that. But I don't
Definitely
think
remember the Warriors.
I don't think the Sixers ever had one. I don't think so.
I guess not.
Remember.
But if they ever wore them, that concept, I feel like maybe I've seen a concept on the internet of it. But
maybe a concept, or maybe it was a shooting shirt or something.
That's probably what it was, a shooting shirt. But just if they ever did that, that would not be good. Now, these 3 ones, I know they've definitely done, especially my top 2. Number 3, we talked about this in a group chat, me, Jaden, and KJ. There is a Sixers jersey from the 90s. And Jaden thinks it's horrible. KJ and I don't think it's that bad, but I've slept on it. And I think that the blue one is actually kind of cool. The red one just looks like Microsoft Paint to me, like just 90s shit, like bad, like not organized 90s shit. Because most shit from the 90s is really cool, right? Like we're 90s babies. We like the 90s. I am all for not branding minimalism, the opposite. But it's got to look good, right? You can't just stick shit on a wall and hope it sticks, or throw shit on a wall and hope it sticks. I feel like with those Sixers jerseys, the ones with the stars that say Sixers on the front, they just look like something out of NBA Jam. The blue one is the only one I really like. The white one's and then the red one just looks off to me. I feel like when the Sixers wear a red uniform, it needs to be the classic Julius Erving, Dr. J, Daryl Dawkins type of uniform. That's what I want to see the Sixers wear when they have a red uniform. So that's my 3 pick. What do you think of that?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
Okay, now
those
these
ones, I think I know which ones you're talking about. You're not talking about the ones that like Barkley wore, like the ones where it says like Sixers and you get the stars like this and it's going downwards.
not the basic one that Julius Erving wore.
No, not that one.
That one I really like, actually. I'm trying to find a picture of it. Let me see if I can find a photo. But like basically the one with this one. So this one is just terrible.
Oh, that one. Yeah, no, I know. That's what I thought.
With the gradient, the gradient just reminds me of the Falcons too. This one I don't have much of a problem with. Where is it? The one you're talking about with just the stars. I guess it's not as bad. I don't know if this existed or not. Like this isn't horrible.
So that didn't really. Well, no, that's actually technically the same thing as the other one.
I guess so, but it doesn't have the gradient is the thing.
No, it doesn't, because it's
the gradient just looks awful in the red. Like that just looks. Yeah. That looks like, and then the white. Come on, tell me that doesn't look like something that you like would get out of a dry cleaner. Like it's just not. It looks cheap. Come on. So that's my 3. All right, now for my top 2. You guys are going to like these picks a lot. Number 2, I've had a beef with these jerseys since the very day they've came out. The 2024 Philadelphia City, a.k.a. Shitty Connects. Who the fuck approved these? These are terrible. These are some of the, like I get what you're trying to do. We're trying to pay homage to Philadelphia, honor the city's colors of gold and blue. The attempt was there. The execution, no. Like when these got to the drawing board and everybody sat in the exec meeting, who didn't have the guts to speak up and say, yeah, you know what? It just doesn't look like that. I know some people have came around to them. I don't mind the hat. I want to still be crystal clear on that. The hat is fire. But they could have done that uniform so many different ways. The gradient just looks terrible. The way that they wrote Philly on the chest, I don't hate, but it doesn't go with the branding well. And then when they tie in the yellow, it just looks funky. So I can't stand when the Phillies wear the shitty connects, as I call them. I just feel like there were a lot of better ways that they could have went about that uniform. They could have done maroon. They could have done gray. They could have done all red, right? They could have done so many different things to pay homage to those older Phillies teams. And instead, they had to come up with something new that just, it looks off, in my opinion. So that's my 2. And then number 1, and this is no shocker. This is probably everybody's number 1. The 2007 Philadelphia Eagles throwback jerseys for the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets. Looking like a damn high school JV team that robbed a Crayola crown box. I mean, awful. Crayola. Yeah, I can't say it. That's one of the Dalton words. But I know they dropped 56 on Detroit in that game, right? Like they played the Lions and they beat them up. They had a great game. Brian Westbrook, stud. But those uniforms, I think I was actually at that game is the crazy thing too. I think that was one of my first Eagles games I ever went to with my dad. And look, the Philadelphia Eagles will always, always, always have to play in green, black, or white, in my opinion. It could be a different shade of green. I don't have a problem with that. Kelly green, midnight green, whatever. But the Eagles are meant to play in green. They weren't the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets. So it just made no sense. Once again, the attempt was there. the execution was horrible. And shout out to Moose in the comments. Moose, if you want to call in, you're more than welcome to as well. That number is 302-316-4848. Team Sweden has me rolling on the floor, man. That's a good one. But I will I'll kick it to KJ McCoy so he can give us his.
All right. Yeah, I got a little bit of a list right now. So at number 5, I'm actually going with the Flyers 05 jerseys. And someone was on the phone.
We got Dennis calling in. Should we pick it up? It's up to you.
Yeah, pick it up. That's fine.
We'll take it really quick.
Call from Dennis C. 302S.
Yo, Dennis.
Screw KJ. He doesn't love me no more. He never calls me no more.
This poor dude. I don't think he's in the mood tonight, Dennis.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
He looks beautiful on camera, though.
There you go. Now start off with some sweetness. That's a little bit better, I think. You'll get more out
All
of
right,
it.
so let's be real. The ugliest jerseys in Philly history is definitely the blue and yellow ones. And then a close second would be the Sixers jerseys when they transitioned out of the Iverson jerseys.
What Sixers ones are you saying when they Oh, are you talking about the like the blue and the red when it was like that, like the logo they use now, but it was the first variation of those uniforms?
Correct.
I'd agree with that.
Was that the one that said Philo on it or no?
I think so.
Yeah, they did say Phila. Yep.
The red one? The red ones? Yeah, those ones.
I mean, any of that variation was terrible.
The ones Nerlens Noel used to wear. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's different. Yeah, it's different. Okay, yeah, those ones.
Jahlil Okafor and all them. Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
I like that answer. I think that's fair. I agree with that.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
Fair. All right, KJ, let's hear what you got.
I think the Eagles should bring back the green jerseys and black pants combo.
That would be cool to see. I mean, I know KJ actually, he's a big proponent for them to wear all midnight green we've talked about in the past when Dawkins wore it, I think, in 96.
Yeah.
Or
I could
97,
see that as a
I
one-off.
guess, because he didn't wear 20 in 96. So,
But I love you guys, and I miss you.
we love you too. We miss you too. Dennis, thank you for calling in, man. I hope you have a good night.
All right, bye-bye.
See you, bro.
All right. See you, Dennis.
All right, KJ, take it away.
All right, so this is what I got, and I just made sure that one of the jerseys was available to talk about. So number 5, I got the Flyers 05 jerseys, I believe it is. I'm gonna double check, and I'm gonna show you guys what they look like. 05 jerseys. They had okay. So this was what it looked like. I'm gonna try and make it full screen. Actually, shout out to our friend at Rare Vintage and Casey, because this is what it looks like. I'm gonna show you guys. Make a screenshot. I don't know if you guys can you guys see this?
Oh, God. Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, so I see what they're trying to do. I see, but for 05, I just don't think it was the right move. I really don't think it was the right move. So that's my answer for number 5. And this was in 2005. So these alternate Flyers jerseys, I just think I think with the gray outline where the Flyers logo is, it just looks really weird. It looks like almost like it's making the Flyers logo look like a freaking fish. So it's weird. I don't really like it. Some people like it, but that's just my opinion. I'm not really a big fan of that one. Number 4. All right. Number 4, this is like a controversial one, but this was the Sixers, I believe, city jerseys of 2019. They were all gray, if you guys remember, with all the stars and everything like that. Some people like these jerseys. I did not. And I'm trying to open this one up, but it's being stupid. Actually, here it is. There it is. Okay. All right, here we go. This is what it looks like. You guys can see a little bit.
Oh, my God. Yeah, those were ass.
Yeah, those ones were just really annoying. I did
Look
not
like
like
fucking
those at all.
sweatpants. Sorry.
Yeah, well, even the shorts, when you had the shorts and everything like that, and you could see the other one, like the other ones.
Wait,
up
were the
there.
shorts gray too?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
they
wait.
were nice.
It was a growl fit?
It was oh yeah, it was a whole ground fit. Let me see if I can find the whole ground fit. That's a good question. I don't know why it's doing the whole thing like that. So yeah, you can see this. So our good old friend Markel Fold sporting it right here. You could see the whole ground fit they had for it. But and oh, here it is again. Here it is in real form. You can see the gray. It's just it's pretty bad.
Put down your
I don't know
camera a
if
little bit more.
you see it now.
Tilt it down a little bit more. There you go. That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Ugh, ugly.
Yeah, so they were really bad. Those are my number 4 jerseys. That's number 4. Number 3, actually, this is kind of crazy. This goes to the MLS, and this goes to the Philadelphia Union, actually. And it is which one? Yeah, let me see this. Okay, some people are gonna get pissed at me for this, but this is okay. I don't know why, but I think this jersey looks pretty bad. But here it is. This is one of the jerseys that they rocked apparently recently. I don't know if you could see it or not.
Wait, tilt it down a little bit more. More, just tilt down your camera. I'm saying, like there you go, and move it down a little bit more. Yeah, those are ugly.
Yeah, so those ones are really bad. I mean, you got
The English muffins.
Yeah, I mean the Thomas. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So they're sponsored by them, but just the lightning strikes or whatever that is, it just looks really weird. It looks like, and I mean it's I get what they're trying to do, like a tie dye kind of thing. I get that, but it just looks really weird. Just the colors don't, and I get it. The Union colors are like that, but I don't like them at all. They're just really weird, and the lightning bolts aren't even like lightning like. They're more stringy like if you think about it. They're more like yarn strings or whatever. It's just it's horrible. So that's number 3, for me. That is number 3. Number 2, you've already seen number 2, and that is the crappy shitty Connect jerseys. I've absolutely hated them for so long. I was gifted a jersey that says my name on the back with the shitty Connect jerseys, but you could never get me to buy one. You'll never see me buy one because I'm not gonna do that. So I have it because I was gifted it. Do I still hate the jersey itself, like the design? Yeah, and Dalton knows I despise it. I mean, I
Is
was
that the
freaking
baby
out when I
blue
saw
one that
them.
you have?
No, I'm talking about the City Connect jersey.
I didn't know you had a City Connect.
I do. You want me to go get it?
Who is it?
Yeah, wait. Let me. Well, it's me, but I'll show you it because I have it.
So there you go. You can never you can never get rid of it if it's you because you could never throw away a jersey with your name on it, so you're trapped.
No. So this is it.
That's
the
actually
back.
cool.
This is from Temu. So
That would be
Temu.
cool for like a beer league team, right? Like in the area. But like for a baseball team, a professional MLB team, it's a no from me.
Yeah, and the difference is with the real jerseys that they obviously have the Nike logo on it, and you have on the side you got the whole city thing, but just the whole like the gradient kind of thing they do here. This just reminds me, right? It gets to the point that looks blackish right here, so it looks pirate like. It looks like the Pirates to me because you got the black but it's pretty much it's navy. It is, but it's so. I know people are like, oh, well, it represents the flag of Philadelphia. I mean, people don't. Here's the difference, though. We don't really hang out. We don't. I've never seen anybody in my life have the Philadelphia flag outside their house, and it's just not a thing. I mean, you see it outside of City Hall, but I didn't see it out of City. I didn't notice it out of City Hall till they made those jerseys. What's up?
So I'll tell you a crazy story. You're gonna laugh at this. When I was a freshman at St. Joe's, I had a Philly flag in my room. It was a tiny one. It was only maybe this big, but I did have one. But I wasn't a Philadelphian, so that makes sense. I was from Delaware.
Yeah,
and I
it's
was
so
trying to fit in.
crazy. I mean,
So that is fair that all true Philadelphians don't give a shit about the Philadelphia flag. That's a fair point.
Yeah, so that's number 2, and then number 1, as everybody else has been saying, except Ballpark Tommy, because I don't know what he's on. He must be having too much of his Ballpark Tommy coffee, and he's drinking it weird. I don't know.
He's
But
drinking it Irish way with alcohol.
yeah, I guess so. But I'm gonna definitely have to go with the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, which Frankfurt was never a real place I mean, it was Frankfurt Avenue. That was what it was based off of. But yeah, Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, those jerseys are horrible. I hope they never bring back anything like that. It's just weird. It's like when I was watching that game, I was like, and I do the same thing with the Phillies. I'm like, I don't even believe this is the same team. It's just like so weird to look at it. If a team has a different color than their actual traditional colors, I find it so hard to really be like, yeah, that's a team I'm rooting for. Yeah, that's a team that I scream and yell at every freaking day. It's just hard to really signal that, to be honest. So, yeah, I hate them. I will never buy one. Even if I was gifted one, I'd probably go sell it back on eBay and probably wouldn't make too much back, to be honest. So, yeah, I can't stand the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets jerseys. Please never bring them back. Any kind of variant of it either. Do not bring it back.
Interesting debate and interesting topic. I'm glad we did that. Maybe next week we'll do the top 5 best uniforms in Philly sports. But let us know in the comments, who do you guys have? What is your worst Philly sports uniform of all time? KJ and I want to hear it. But other than that, that's pretty much all we got for you guys tonight. Of course, I want to thank our presenting sponsor of the show, Balboa Steaks, for sponsoring us. And I'm going to just hit the knockout punch just for shits and giggles so you guys can see the best.
I do got to say, we do have one topic we do not have a lower third for. I don't think we have. We can't end the show without talking about it, but the whole the elephant in the room with Diana Rossini. We have to. I gotta ask Dalt, because I saw his video and everything like that. What are your thoughts on this whole situation with Diana Rossini and Vrabel?
I'm pissed, and I want to first off apologize to AJ Brown on my behalf, and on any other Philly sports fan who, as Hugh Douglas says, recklessly speculated about AJ. Because look, what happened with Vrabel and Rossini, like, relationship aside, because come on, man, you're holding hands with her at a romantic getaway. Like, you're cooked with a capital C is what I was saying in my video. Like, that's not, the optics are not there. Like, you're screwed as far as that goes. The good news is that Robert Kraft is your owner, and Diana Rossini is 7 years younger than Vrabel. So if anything, you're going to earn the respect of your boss because he's a freaking weirdo with his age gap relationship. You'll earn respect from, Gramps Kraft, who's going to love it. But Patriots being a slimy organization is a story for another day. I just had to take a jab there. Shout out to all of our Boston fans. I think at one point, KJ and I will take a road trip to Boston. Caveman Causeway, my buddy Boston Mike, Dante Vella, Deb the sports guy. There's more Boston X. There's more Boston fans too that I could name, but those are just some of the ones off the top of the dome. But like, to hit it all home, and then we'll hear your point on it. I feel so bad for AJ Brown because I was not arguing with a guy today in the comments, but I would say, like, respectfully debating, because he was cool. We both ended up being respectful about it. It was a hearted debate where we both said our points and both agreed to disagree. But he's like, what does this relationship have to do with what's going on with AJ Brown? And actually, Joe DeCamera on 94 WIP this morning was basically saying the same thing, that he feels like it minimally impacts this AJ Brown story and it doesn't play a part. To anyone saying that respectfully, what the fuck are you smoking? Like, honestly, like, are you going to sit here and really pretend that this lady who feel horrible for her husband? I'm eating at Shake Shack all week. Her husband is like an executive director at Shake Shack. So me and the homies stand with Shake Shack. Point is, feel horrible for her husband But besides all of that, you're going to sit here and tell me that Mike Vrabel, who she has a relationship with, is not pouring gasoline on that fire or doesn't have a little bit of personal bias in that story because he coached A.J. Brown before and he wants this guy to probably come back to his team. It really was sickening to me is the perfect word, KJ. It was sickening because that's the Black Gritty said it, not me. Black Gritty said it best. That's the 94 WIP Insider of the Year. I won't say it the exact way that he said it, but you guys can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
And it honestly makes Rossini lose a lot of credibility, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a really crazy situation. And definitely, I mean, they both came out and already talked. They already came out and said, yeah, we're friends and everything like that. It is weird because they both are happily married, or maybe not. I don't know. I mean, the way that in these photos, I mean, you never know what's freaking real, but I mean, apparently these are real photos. Apparently these are not AI. I mean, you could see her smiling and holding hands with the dude, and it's just super freaking weird. Because apparently it was days before the NFL owners meetings and everything like that. And they were at this Arizona resort or whatever it was, and they were there, and they were talking, everything like that. And apparently they said they're really good friends. It's weird though. He's like freaking shirtless, and it's just there's a lot of red flags. I wonder what the freaking husband thinks. I really do, and I feel horrible for him. They just had a kid together, so it's like, uh, it's mind blowing. The whole thing's mind blowing. Do I think it has to do a lot with the AJ stuff? I don't know. I think maybe like he's really taking a lot of this stuff that AJ is saying. I mean, which to be honest though, AJ and Vrabel should both be fined. I have to be honest with this. They should not be talking. They're from other teams. This is technically tampering, if you ask me. Because if anything, he could persuade him to be like, yeah, you know what? The Eagles are a crappy organization, yada, yada, blah, blah, and whatever. He probably is doing that. This should be frowned upon. This should not. I don't know why the NFL is not stopping any of this, and they're not bashing AJ and Vrabel for this. Like they're both in the wrong if they're communicating and saying anything about AJ's future of being a Philadelphia Eagle or not. Like I don't get how this is not tampering. I don't get how this is even legal in the NFL. Like this is wrong what's going on. And then obviously what's going on with Rossini and Vrabel is wrong as well. But we don't know the conclusions. We don't know if they're actually like lovers or whatever the heck. But it's all just a big mess. It's all a big mess. And it's crazy because like I mean like for people to get a bunch of photos of that, it's just
And then they
mind-blowing.
denied it is the crazy thing too. They denied that was them. That's the even crazier part. They said, yeah, that's not me.
Oh no, I thought they both came out and said, "Yeah, we're good friends" and stuff like that, and they addressed it, but I didn't know that they said it
So
wasn't them.
they said 2 different things. The first time they said that's not them. And then when they realized they can't say that's not them, then they said something like, I think Rossini was on a hiking trip with friends and that they were both just staying at the same hotel. You don't stay at the same hotel and hold hands and meet up with each other at the pool coincidentally. Like that doesn't just happen.
Right? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry if you're breaking up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi, but I think it's good now. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. They both should be ashamed of themselves if they really are like messing around and whatever, or doing whatever they're doing. I mean, I'm not trying to get too much into it, but it's just like
Dutch.
it's obvious, and it's just like there's no way you guys are just really good friends like that and holding hands. I was like, it's just like it's mind blowing. I wonder what Vrabel's wife thinks about it as well. I mean, I wonder what his kids think about it. I mean, it's all really, it's a sticky situation. It definitely is. And I mean, I don't know if you feel the same way though, but do you think like with what I was saying with AJ and Vrabel, Do you think it's almost like tampering though too? Because I mean, if you think about it, with the like if he
I think KJ just broke up,
Communication
but
with
I got his
so
question.
there.
Yeah, I'm still here. I do think it's tampering. Yeah, 100 million%. Great question. Yeah, it's tampering. Like, it's tampering with Rossini and it's tampering with Vrabel. I don't think AJ Brown is in this equation at all. I don't think AJ's done anything wrong. Shout out to the jersey behind me, which is actually what I went to just go grab a second ago. If you guys didn't know, our event is officially 8 days away. 8 days away. We are Castellanos days away, KJ, from our
Shane
event.
Victorino.
That's better. Or Donnie Bag of Bones Jones. There's an equal. Great. We're 8
Kobe
days
Bryant.
from our event at Klondike Kate's. And if you guys didn't know, it's one of the most electric nights of the year. It's a celebrity guest bartender night benefiting Eagles Autism. And the Eagles Autism Foundation was kind enough again to send us an autographed on-field Nike black AJ Brown jersey with a signature. You guys can ask KJ. We've had some good signatures in the past years. We've had some bad ones. I'll even just give you guys a look. This is a really good signature that they gave us this year. Like, I want to win this for myself. This jersey's nice as hell. It's got the 11 on it. The AB you can see clear as heck. So somebody's winning this jersey the night of our event. You can also buy raffle tickets if you won't be able to make the event live. We'll be posting that on the day of the event. You'll be able to Venmo us and buy a couple raffle tickets so the winner will not have to be present. That way we can raise as much money as possible. But I don't think AJ Brown has done any tampering wrong in this. I think AJ Brown is completely innocent. I actually think AJ Brown is the victim in this scenario. And if anything, this has given AJ Brown a lot more respect in my eyes. Because I wonder how much of this AJ knew, right? Like, if this story had clearly been looming for a while, they were just waiting for a good time to release it. And in my opinion, if they knew about this story, right? Like, people talk around the NFL. I feel like AJ might have known more than he's leading on about this Rossini Vrabel situation, whether or not it was going on in Tennessee. Whether or not, like I think when he hears Diana Rossini's name, it's like nails on a chalkboard because he just knows that the Patriots have an interest in that article right off the bat because it reeks of Vrabel. So yeah, 100,000%. This is tampering in my eyes. It shouldn't be okay. And like KJ said, the NFL and Goodell should step in and do something. So
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they definitely. I mean, it's just mind blowing, the whole thing. It really is. I don't know if you could see me or not.
no, it's a black screen, but we can still hear you if you want to say
Really
something.
weird. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what's going on today. It's just been such a technical difficulty day, so just bear with us. I'm here, guys. Don't worry. I'm not gone.
Diana Rossini kidnapped him for talking shit.
Yeah. I'm kidnapped.
Now we got fratty impressions. Like, I was gonna have him do an impression.
Oh
of
no,
you
I
before,
wasn't a
but
fratty.
We got
It wasn't
horrible
fratty.
impressions backstage. No, I'm saying horrible impressions. That's why. So there you go. What's
Yeah.
up, Todd? Let's go, Flyers.
Todd.
How
What's
do you think
going
they're
on?
doing? I'll let KJ take this first. I think they're
Yes.
playing great. They just have to work on power play goals for crying out loud. How far do you think the Flyers will go this year, KJ?
Well, I mean, I heard too that like Rick Tocchet does not have the best history with teams that are in his first year, teams that are on streaks and everything like that. So right now this team is doing really good and they're very they're playing with a fire to them and it's awesome to see. I mean, you can see the city going behind them. I know people are gatekeeping. A lot of the true Flyers fans are gatekeeping a lot of the people who aren't diehard Flyers fans. What I have to say to those people is like, stop gatekeeping, because honestly, like, you want the support, why not have it? It doesn't make any sense to gatekeep a team. So I mean, I don't really understand the people that are doing that. So if anything, have the other Philadelphians join in, because if anything, though, that could even spark even more of a fandom for them. I think of me, it's going to spark more of a fan. Like when then the postseason, I really do get into it. And I'm not saying as a bandwagon fan. I'm just saying, like, I really do enjoy it. It's just been a while since we've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were going to try and get Uncle Tony to call in tonight. I guess he's unable to. Shout out to Uncle Tony holding it down at Skinny Joey's, the best cheesesteaks in Philadelphia. But I think we're going to try to do an interview, and I'll text you when, KJ, if you want to hop on with Uncle Tony. That way we can do some Instagram clips and TikTok clips. But Uncle Tony said he wanted to tell me what it was like when he was 16 years old, a young buck, and the Flyers were in the Stanley Cup in 2012. I want to hear that story too, because I could only imagine the crazy stories that some of these diehard Flyers fans have. Shout out to all the real Flyers fans too, because they really are the black sheep of Phillies fans, or of Philly fans. They really are. They're a different breed. They are cut from a different cloth. And the one thing I will say about Flyers fans, that entry point to get in there, it's difficult. They won't let you in if you're an amateur. But to all the real Flyers fans, the ones that have season tickets, the ones that go to more than 10 games a year, the ones that really watch most games, respect to you guys, because you guys have been holding out for a long time. And you're finally going to get meaningful playoff hockey. Like, this team's hot. This team's really hot going into a good time of the year. And that's why I'm optimistic. I think it's going to be fun to see, Todd. And hopefully, if you're not doing anything, Todd, like I said already, April 16th, maybe if we get lucky, the Flyers will be playing a playoff game, and maybe we'll get to see it live next week.
Huh? That'll be cool.
I don't know if it'll be in time for the NHL playoffs, because I think they still have 4 games left. But it would be cool to see if there was a playoff game live at our event. That would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So stay tuned.
I think we have had did we have an NBA playoff game? I think
we had a Sixers playoff game. Yep. I think that was 2 years ago. We had that. That was fun.
Against Brooklyn. Yep. I remember that. That was cool. That was cool. We've had a couple Phillies games happening the same day as well. We've had that. So that's been cool as well. So yeah, hopefully, I mean, that'd be cool for a change. I know our buddy Jamie, PSG is, I mean, he even said last year, he said his favorite team out of all the Philadelphia sports teams, and you can notice too by his passion, is the Flyers. So I think if they play the Penguins too and they beat them, that guy's gonna be so pumped. He's gonna be flyered up, and I'll be flyered up with him, to be honest. Like, that'll be awesome. Maybe I'll even like rip out a Flyers shirt underneath or something like that. I got a couple of shirts I can definitely bring out. Like, I'm a effing Flyer shirt. I got that, so I can definitely bring that out.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see kind of how this team responds and bounces back to a playoff atmosphere in Philly, because like we haven't had that in a long time. I remember the last time the Flyers were in the Stanley Cup. My family actually had a house in Ocean City, New Jersey, and I just had this weird vision. I remember watching the game vividly with my dad. And like my dad, I remember that night, I think the Flyers won game 1, if I'm not mistaken, of that series. And I just had this weird memory. It was either after game 1 or game 2, where my dad and I just went online and he just spent a shit ton of money on Flyers gear. And there's maybe somewhere down the road, maybe my mom has the shirt now, there is a Claude Giroux Stanley Cup t-shirt that I have from like 2012 that, to this day, I would kill to find if I could find it. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's pretty much all we got. Like I said, if you guys aren't doing anything, show up to our event April 16th to win this A.J. Brown jersey. Somebody will be going home with it. And other than that, I hope everybody stays safe, has a great week. Anything you want to wrap up with, KJ? I can't see you, so I'm just guessing.
I know. Yeah, I apologize to everybody else who can't see me for some reason. Just technical difficulties. But yeah, nothing really else. Just craziness in the NFL. I guess you could say, world. I mean, with Vrabel and Rossini, I mean, definitely crazy. But yeah, definitely the Phillies got to bounce back. So bounce back, Phils, and you got the Diamondbacks, and I think for Dalton's sake, It's the Philly Fanatics' birthday they're celebrating pretty soon. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, they're
I
doing a
might have to go to that game.
big celebration. I think because they're saying like it's his birthday and it's gonna be like the birthday of 1770. Not the birthday of 1776, but something to do with it.
Well, I'm gonna
So,
go check that out then, because that sounds like a ton of fun. I would love to see that. And doesn't he
Yeah.
have like a girlfriend, the Fanatic, that sometimes comes out? How's
No,
that all
it's-
work?
Apparently, it's his mother. Apparently, Lady Fafa. I think it's his mother.
We got to get him a girlfriend. Come on. Isn't the Fanatic potentially doesn't have a gender though? Like we don't know if it's a guy or a girl, or is it a guy?
I think it's a
I've
guy.
always thought it's a guy in my head. So just
Well, I know there's a guy inside of it. I know that.
yeah, that's true.
I know
But-
that. So I would say it's probably a guy.
Yeah. The world may never know like a Tootsie Pop. But that's all we
Yep,
got
yep.
for you guys. Like we said, stay safe. Have a great week. We will see you guys. The next show on the network will be tomorrow night, Philly Sports Pulse at 8 p.m. with Jesse Sharon and Adam Den. They're going to be holding it down, so make sure you guys go watch that. And I believe the Phillies have an off day tomorrow too. So our
Yeah.
next post-game show will be on Friday. I should be on there and be good for that. So that should be a ton of fun. But other than that, I hope everybody has a great week, a safe week. And as always, God bless, go Birds, and we'll see you guys next time.
What we got? 302 birds, Steaks.